Hello. In this video, we will discuss some topics related to chapter 10, which is trigonometry for your basic mathematics. Okay. So what we are having here is the questions based on trigonometric ratios and identities. So it is important to remember this question, these identities, quotient identities, which represent the tan of theta as the quotient of sine and cos. Okay. Similarly, cot of theta is cos theta over sine theta. So you need to memorize these identities. In addition to that, we know that the reciprocal of sine is cosecant of theta. So you need to know this. Similarly, the reciprocal of cos, that is 1 over cos, is secant theta, and reciprocal of tan is cot theta. So this also gives you that 1 over cot of theta is tan theta, or reciprocal of secant theta is cos theta, and reciprocal of cosecant theta is sine theta. Okay. In addition to that, these are three important identities that you should know. Like sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Okay. 1 plus cot square theta is cosecant square theta. 1 plus tan square theta is equal to secant square theta. Okay. Another thing that you need to know is about the negative angle. So, if you have cos or secant with negative of theta, this absorb the sign. You don't have minus theta. So it will get cos theta and sine theta. Okay. So that's why cos and secant are called as even functions. Whereas if you have sine, tan, reciprocal of sine, that is cosecant or cot with the negative angle, in this case the sine will come out of the angle. So sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. Tan of minus theta is minus tan theta. Cot of minus theta is minus cot theta. So if you know all these identities, you can easily work on the trigonometric functions. Like you'll have these questions, for instance. Simplify the expression by using the fundamental identities. So let's see how we can work on it. So sin x, cos x, we can't change because these are the standard. We know that secant x is what? From the previous, you know that secant theta is reciprocal of cos. So here you are using the angle theta. In place of theta, what you have? X. So it doesn't matter. You just replace theta by x. So secant x is 1 over cos of x. Now substitute this value here. We didn't change sign. Sign is same, cos x same, and secant is 1 over cos of x. Now since all of these things are in multiplication, we can cancel cos with cos. So this gives you sin x multiply 1 or sin x. So sometimes you can write it as sin bracket x or simply sin x. Both means the same thing. So this is the simplified version of sin x multiply cosine x multiply secant x. Okay. Similarly, if you have this expression and they ask you to simplify means convert it into the lowest form by using the identities. Okay. So see, sine you cannot change. It will be same. So tan, you know the rule for tan. Tan is using the quotient identity. It is sin x over cos x. Okay. Sin x, this you will keep saying. You know the reciprocal for secant. It is 1 over cos of x. Okay. Let's substitute this here and see what we get. We get sin x over cos x times sin x plus secant x is 1 over cos x times cos square x. Okay. Now, if you see, if you are multiplying these two, if you multiply sine with sine, so it is sine square x over cos x plus what you get here? Cos square x over cos x because you will multiply 1 with cosine x. Now, what you see here? You see the denominator is same. Okay, so when denominator is same, remember how do we add the numbers? We keep the denominator same, cos x, and then we add the numerators, which is sine square x plus cos square x. Now, the identity sine square x plus cos square x, using this identity, in place of x, you are having theta. So this gives you 1 over cos x. Still, it's not simplified because it is 1 divide cos x. So 1 divide cos x, using this identity, it gives you secant of x. So you can say that this expression tan x sin x plus secant x cos square x is equal to secant x. This is how you simplify. Okay. So only thing is to use the identities wherever possible. Let's take another question. Now here you have cot, you have tan, and you have secant. So let's work on the numerator. Let's write it in this form. Cot of t plus tan of t. Let me write this division as this secant of t, secant of minus t. Why I am doing so? Because I know that cot and tan can be expressed as the quotient. Okay, so let's see. Cot is cos of t over sine of t. Have you noticed something here? In place of theta, you have t. In the previous question, you were having x. So they can change the variable. It doesn't matter. You can use the same rules. Okay. Tan of t is sine of t over cos of t. Okay. Divided by secant of minus t. So first we use the identity. This identity, secant of minus theta is secant of theta. So it absorbs the negative sign. So first we use this rule and then we convert it into cos. So this is secant of minus t will be secant of t. Now we have to simplify this. So let's see how we simplify. So you have cos of t over sin t. Okay, this cos t over sin t plus sin t over cos t. So it's like adding two numbers, two rational numbers. So cos of t over sin of t plus sin of t over cos of t. Now you want to add these two rational numbers. So how you can add? You can add only if denominators are same. So what you will do to make the denominator same? This term you multiply by sin of t up and down. And here also you multiply what? Yes, cos of t. Cos of t. So what happened now? The denominators are same. So what you get here? Cos of t, cos of t. So you get cos square t over cos t sin t plus sin t. It becomes sin square t divided by cos and sin. Cos of t times sin of t. So denominators are same. So you can write it as cos of t times sin of t. And what you will get in numerator? Cos square t plus sin square t. Now, what is the value of cos square t plus sin square t? Yes, it's 1. So it is 1 over cos of t times sin of t. Now, we substitute the value of this as this 1 over cos t sin t. So let's see what we get. This is our separate. Okay, so this gives you 1 over cos of t times sin of t. Okay, now divide secant. How you can write secant? In terms of cos. 1 over cos of t. Okay, now again you remember from the number system, like when you studied the numbers, working with the numbers, you change divide into multiply and then you flip. Correct? So what this gives you? This gives you the first term remains same. Cos of t, sin of t, multiply. Cos of t up divided by 1. Now, but you can cancel. You can cancel cos of t with cos of t. See, it's okay if you put t in a bracket or without bracket. It means the same thing. If it's your wish, it's okay. You can write it like this. Okay? You will find both the notations in the book. So you'll get 1 over sine of t. So 1 over sine t is what? Cosecant of t. So this is your simplified answer. Okay? So what you have to do is, doesn't matter how complicated the question may look. Think which identity you can use and then start simplification. Okay? Let's take one more like this. 1 minus cos square x over tan square x plus 2 sine square x. We have to simplify. Now, we know the identity that sine square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. Correct? Now, what you see here 1 and minus cos square x. So if you move this to the other side, what you will get? Sine square x is equal to 1 minus cos square x. Right? So, in place of this numerator, you can write sine square x. So, let's see. This is sine square x. Then you have divided by tan square x. Okay? And plus 2 sine square x that we will change later. So first we will simplify this. Okay, again, why I put this division notation? Because tan is written as the quotient of two terms. So better to write it in this way. So this gives you sine square x divided by tan is what? Tan is sine. See, you know that tan of x is sine of x over cos of x. So tan square. So if I am taking square, it will become square of both sine as well as cos. Because see, understand this, you will making power 2. So you should make power 2 of both sides. And you have studied the rule of exponent. This power 2 moves with the terms. Okay. So this gives you sine square x over cos square x. And this side, no change, it's same. Now, sine square x. You have to change this division. Change this division to multiplication and flip. So what this gives you? Cos square x over sine square x plus 2 sine square x. Now these two terms are in multiplication. So you can cancel this sine square x with sine square x. So what you get? Cos square x plus 2 sine square x. Now, you can check here if you can further simplify. So this is 2 sine square x. You know that from this identity that sine square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. So what you can do here is cos square x. This 2 sine square x you can write as sine square x plus sine square x. So you for this term using this identity you get 1 plus sine square x. So this will be the simplified form of this identity. Okay. And last one, sine cube t cosecant t with 3 times and this. Okay. So let's first see what we can simplify. Cosecant, we know that it is 1 over sine. Okay. Cos, we will keep it same. Cos of minus t, we know that it will be cos of t. So let's see how it works. 3 sine cube t, cosecant is 1 over sine, plus cos square t plus 2 cos of t, cos of t. So here power 3, here power 1. So 3 minus 2. So it gives you 3 sine square t. Correct? Because it will be sine 3t over sine of t. So this will be sine of 3 minus 1 t, which is sine square t. See, it is same as sine of t and its power 2. But they write like this power 2 before sine in this form. Okay, so this is the meaning of it. Be careful. Sine square t and sine of t square. It's different. These are not same. Because here what's happening? It's t power 2. But sine square t is same as if you put in the bracket sine of t and its whole square. These two things are same. Okay? So be careful with this. Now, so this gives you cos square t and 2 times cos of t multiply cos of t. It gives you cos square t. So what you can see? You can add these two terms. So you will get 3 sine square t plus 3 cos square t. Now if you look at the common factor, you see 3 is the common factor. So you can take it outside. So this gives you 3. What you left with? Sine square t plus cos square t. And by the identity, its value is 1. So this is equal to 3. So this is how you work on this. Okay, clear?